Investigators say the flames broke out on the third floor of the four-story building. Shortly after 8 o'clock, it spread quickly. Nobody was injured. The cause of the fire still under investigation. A small Prince George's County congregation is without a place to worship tonight after a fire swept through their 87-year-old church. The flames went up shortly before noon today in the boiler room at the First Baptist Church of Capitol Heights. Firefighters estimate the damage at $250,000. Almost all of the building's contents lost. The congregation's pastor promises services will be held as scheduled on Sunday morning. That, he says, is when members decide on a plan of action. Careless smoking is being blamed tonight for a fire today at the Capitol Hill Holiday Inn. Nobody was injured in the fire. It caused an estimated $6,000 damage to a guest room, but officials say things could have been much worse. Authorities report it took firefighters 11 minutes to get to the scene because the first crew was mistakenly dispatched across town to the Georgetown Holiday Inn. Fire officials blame the mix-up on a computer software error in the 911 system, which displayed the Georgetown address, although the emergency call originated in Southwest Washington.
Left to the First Baptist Church of Capitol Heights. As Channel 5's John Henry reports, officials are trying to determine what sparked the blaze that destroyed the church.
Firefighters in Prince George's County got the alarm at 10 minutes before noon when a neighborhood resident saw heavy smoke pouring from the roof of the First Baptist Church of Capitol Heights. The first units on the scene found the empty church heavily involved in flames, apparently emanating from the basement where the church's kitchen and furnace are located. Extra firefighting units were immediately requested as the blaze spread quickly all the way to the roof of the building. Although the exterior of the church was brick, constructed in the 1950s, the central core of the building was wood.
Church fires are very difficult, particularly a building like this building. It was built in 1910. It's a very old structure. It has a lot of wood and it has a lot of void spaces within the construction. That allowed the fire to spread very rapidly from the basement area up through the ceiling and across the roof.
The blaze was so intense, firefighters were ordered to leave the burning church for fear the roof would collapse on them. Much of the building's roof did come down. There were no reported injuries. Although Capitol Heights is now a predominantly black neighborhood, the First Baptist Church was originally built by a predominantly white congregation. George Reno, his grandfather was the first deacon of the church, sadly stood and watched the structure burn.
Well, back when I grew up, it was a very small town, and so it was very clandestine, and a lot of activities circled around the church. So it's a real loss for us.
The current pastor of the First Baptist Church vowed to rebuild the structure in Capitol Heights.
We're going to meet tomorrow night for prayer service. We don't know exactly whose house, but we're going to meet, and we're going to have service Sunday. Same schedule. We're going to make an appeal to the people, however, to keep us in prayer. Because we are praying people, we are Bible-believing people. So we aren't going to drop our heads and fall dead. We're going to count it all joy and pray and hope that things are going to be restored in the same spot within a year's time.
Pastor Joseph Weaver said the First Baptist Church was insured against fire, but he was uncertain if the insurance would cover the estimated $250,000 in damage. John Henry, Fox News, Channel 5.